hygiene formula seems really similar to mine. Which is like, if I can shower in it, I'll wear it.
Yes.
I don't shave.
Yes.
I have deodorant. Can't tell you
Yes.
the last time I used it.
I don't lotion. Yeah.
I've also been hydrating.
I see it.
Can you
I
tell?
see it. You look very hydrated.
So do you for someone who just came off a plane.
Oh no, thank you.
Can you believe it? We're sitting here with SZA. With SZA!
Hello.
Can you tell me your name?
So it's an acronym. It stands for Sovereign Zigzag Allah. It's part of the Supreme Alphabet. Well, it's derived from the Supreme Alphabet. So every letter stands for like a meaning of self. So S stands for Savior, Sovereign, and then you have Zigzag Zig, which is enlightenment of oneself, and Allah, the Most High. That's the A.
So you grew up Muslim Orthodox.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? There's like orthodoxy in Islam?
Well, it's just, I mean, there's like the Nation of Islam, there's Sunni.
Right.
They're a little different. Like the Nation of Islam, I think because my parents are African American, and I guess my dad always wanted to like maybe differentiate from like the difference between the Nation and Orthodox Islam because they're very different.
I was so interested and compelled by what I read about your feeling bullied after 9/11.
Yeah.
Is that you felt less comfortable being identified as a Muslim person?
Absolutely. I think just as a kid, just being like insecure and
How old were you around
this was 7th grade, I want to say.
So were kids just like calling you terrorists and saying like, my mom said that your dad probably blew up the Twin Towers or whatever?
Yeah, and like just even just like petty stuff, like calling me Arabian Night, like just foolish nonsense. And like my dad's mosque was going through a lot, and you know, it got weird, and I felt like I was already getting picked on for other reasons completely outside of my religion, and I just didn't want anything else. Like I couldn't take another reason. So and it was weird because I think me and my dad were going through something too at the same time, and I directly associated Islam with my father. So, and then things just got very strange. So I think I just kind of walked away from myself and then walked away from my dad for a little bit, and I just wanted to blend in like super bad.
Yeah, you know, I think that's the experience for a lot of young girls.
Yeah.
And it's so hard for them to understand or to actually like come to the point of realization that all other girls go through that. All these women that they idolize went through the same exact thing. Like, what else?
What?
Do you feel
oh
like you
my
were
God,
getting picked
are
on
you
about?
kidding? I got picked on for everything. Girls would wait outside to jump me. They would follow me all the way home. My dad would be outside waiting because he knew that there were a crowd of girls. And I also think I've always been a little different. Like my parents are super conservative in a like just a traditional way. So like my music choice has been super like whatever my parents was at the time. So it's Coltrane and Miles Davis. Like my only plug to what was contemporary and in was like my neighbor Ashley, who ended up being my best friend.
Yeah.
But she listened to like Aaliyah, and my sister, my older sister, who listened to Cash Money and Wu-Tang. But other than listening to that on the outside, like I never had a real connection to like what was hip, what was now, what was happening. Like my parents didn't let me watch like MTV or like I had to go to Ashley's house to go watch those things late night, you know, when our parents would be asleep, and we'd watch videos or whatever. But it was just a different experience. So it's like, as a kid, like you wanna be down, you wanna be well versed in pop culture, you wanna be able to talk about Biggie and connect to Aaliyah. And as a kid, I was in another place. Yeah, I wanted to, and I wanted to feel like I could chat at the lunch table about something.
Yeah.
So
you just wanted to feel accepted.
Yeah,
I think
for
we
sure.
all deal with that.
Absolutely.
Do your parents support your career trajectory?
They do now. Yes, they do. They were in
It took some time?
Yeah, for sure. It definitely just took me to just do what I wanted to do and piss them off a lot. And I think it took them to come to a show. And the first thing I think when they really started to like feel me was when I did that Apple store. I did like this Apple in-store thing. And all these kids came, like all these people came, and I was super just like, I wanted to cancel it before because I was like, no one's gonna come. This is gonna be embarrassing. I don't wanna do this, my parents are here. And all these people came, and I sang like a couple songs and talked to these kids, and like my mom was just like super like emotional, and like even for me it was the first time that I felt like on my coast, like where I live, that like kids like don't hate me, they know who I am, they care, right. They're like sweet about it. So for my parents, I think it was just crazy for them to like to know like what I went through in high school and what I went through in middle school, and like almost like not having any friends until like adulthood. No like core homegirls until I was an adult. So for them, they're just like, I'm so stoked that people fuck with you. Like it's such a dope opportunity, and I'm so excited that you get to be yourself finally and not have to like pay a price for that. Or, yeah. I was afraid of letting go in the booth or in the studio or around anybody else. On stage, I feel like I'm by myself. So it's like, I might as well be 100% by myself, blacked out. I usually don't remember most of the randomness that happens on stage, but I don't know. It's like in a room full of 10 people. I don't know. I don't know if I'm busy apologizing to be me or if I'm just into just being a musician and into being an artist. So I think this winter when I just started like being like, no, I can channel the fuck it. I can do that. Like I can create this moment again and again, and then try to channel it into my music. And that's when I realized I'm in love. Like I need to do this all the time. I want to get better. I'm not where I want to be. And then, you know, when you have that urge to grow in it, you know you love it because you want to just like perfect it. You want to master it. I care way more than I did before. I haven't put out music in so long. This is literally all I can do. Like this is who I am. This is just my body. When music comes on, I can be by myself in a room at home. I will dance. Like I'm a mover. I wanna flail. I jump around in my house like I'm at the ballet. Like it's just what makes me happy.